What I wish I knew when I started my book. I'll bet you learned a lot on your journey as you were writing, but there's some things that you may not have considered and some things I wanted to share with you that I think can make things easier even as you go forward from here. Make an outline. Even for someone who isn't linear, having an outline will let you know what the big ideas are, where there are gaps, and you can change it. It doesn't have to be something that keeps you from being creative. It can actually make it easier because now you have a framework and can move forward. If you're not in a critique group, it's definitely something to consider. It's a way for you to test with live people how your words are landing, and knowing that there are different kinds of editors. There are developmental editors who look at, does everything fit together? Is the continuity there? Are there pieces that need to come out of the book? Are there things that need to be added? A copy editor is going to go through and look at, are all the words where they're supposed to be? And typically they're going to be looking at your work after it's in layout. And also a proofreader will go through and look to be sure that there are not missing pieces of punctuation, periods, words. And if you're doing anything that has a lot of research, an indexer is invaluable. But those are distinct kinds of editors, and they usually are not all in one person. Tools. It was a while before I found out about Scrivener, but Scrivener is like a 3-ring binder for your writing. It lets you keep everything in one place, including your research. You can add content. You can take documents you've already worked on, like in Word or something else. You can bring in PDFs. It's brilliant and it's very inexpensive. It'll save your sanity. The next two, Otter AI and Descript, are two artificial intelligence-driven applications that work to turn your words into text. So you can speak and translate that into text that you can edit. Otter works on all platforms, all devices, and you can record meeting notes, all kinds of things. But I found using Otter kept me from trying to edit as I was getting the ideas out. And Descript has the added advantage of allowing you to take recorded video or creating live video and turning your words into text. And you can edit the video. The next two, Grammarly and Pro Writing Aid, they are also using artificial intelligence to check on your grammar and structure and word count and all kinds of things. With NaNoWriMo coming up in November, you'll be able to get good discounts on both of those programs. And I found since using Grammarly, my grammar improved significantly. But I still have some habits that I don't want to be worrying about while I'm writing and trying to get the meaning out. And these types of programs will help you. Grammarly and Pro Writing Aid can work with other applications like Scrivener and Microsoft Word. So that's an advantage too. Keep it simple. Oh my gosh. I've been online forever, since it's been more than 30 years. And if I knew now if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have multiple Google accounts and YouTube accounts and you name it. I would have said, okay, here's my brand, here's my URL, I'm sticking with it. And then I don't have to keep track of all of these different personas. Now, if you're writing with different genres, you may need all of those. But if you can, stick to one brand and make sure that across the board, people can find you with the same name. Expanding on brand, be consistent with your font, colors, imagery. I obviously know this because, well, I shouldn't say obviously. I know this because I was a graphic designer before I started doing book marketing. And if you have a brand guide, it will include the fonts you use, the colors you use, the graphics you use. And you have something I did not have. You've got Canva, and you can upload all of those assets, fonts included, into Canva so that you have a brand kit and you can be consistent when you're creating your messaging and your look. Build my email list. When I first started working with my email list, I was doing a different kind of business. I had a different business model. I was providing different kinds of services and products. And I started very slowly building my email list for Book Marketing Mentor, and I'm continuing to do that. Even if you have 0 subscribers now, build your email list as early as possible and continue to grow your engagement and nurture your subscribers. It will make a difference in the number of readers, book reviews, and your revenue. Keyword research is something that is critical. There are programs that can help you, like Publisher Rocket. There are people who specialize in keyword research. When you create your account with Bowker on Kindle, on Kindle Direct Publishing, and on I started to say Instagram, but I was going to mean Ingram Spark. You're going to be putting keywords in the metadata fields because people find you. When they do a search for you, the keywords are what trigger the match. And keywords don't necessarily mean a single word. It can be a phrase. So pay attention to the keywords you're using, and are they the ones that people are looking for? What you might call something is different than what your audience might call something. So do some research and make sure that things match up. And good habits, well, I've built some good habits over the years, and I'm very proud of my exercise habit. And I didn't even know that I was using the methodology that's outlined in the book Tiny Habits by B.J. Fogg. What I did is I paired something that I already did with something I wanted to do. And as simple as that, I created a lifelong exercise habit. You can do the same thing with your marketing. Pick something that you do naturally, and you just have to do one other thing, put it together, and you'll create strong habits, good habits, and you don't need to muscle up. You don't need to use willpower. And if you would like to have an author audit where you and I can sit together on Zoom and go over your biggest marketing challenges for your book and look at what you have now and maybe where you want to be going, you can scan that QR code, or you can find me, Judy Baker, at bookmarketingmentor.com. And I will help you if you're a busy female CEO and you've written a nonfiction book, we'll get more bang for your book. So I will see you again soon. And in the meantime, think about what you learned on your journey and how you can keep on growing your book marketing footprint.